I'd like to welcome the titans of industry and the young students here. I had come here last year and I had promised you that mine will not be an event. It will be a lifelong journey of understanding. It will be an attempt to understand your perspective, to understand what you have been through, to understand your difficulties. Vice Chancellor has read out what we have done, what we have tried to do. But from my perspective, that is not what is important. From my perspective, it is more important to understand what you are facing, the difficulties you are facing, and to stand with you and work with you to improve the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Last time, a lot of the students said to me that big businesses don't come to Kashmir. And a lot of you who would be here, who would have been here last time, will recall that I said, why don't we speak to some of the leaders, business leaders, to understand what are the type of things that they worry about. I had mentioned to you that businesses at the end of the day are looking for business. They're looking for a situation which is stable. So I'm very happy to have them here. They're going to have a free-wheeling discussion with you. They're going to be blunt with you where that is necessary. They're going to be honest with you where that is necessary, and you should be honest with them. This is a communication, and from my perspective, it is the second communication, and I intend to continue having these communications with you. I intend to build a relationship with you. Finally, a lot of people say that Kashmir is a beautiful place. Today I was staying in the guest house where I used to stay with my grandmother when she was alive. And I was looking outside the window and I said, look, what a beautiful place. I looked at the Dal Lake and I said, what a beautiful place this is. And then I realized that actually the really beautiful thing about Kashmir is not the place, but the people. Thank you. I'll be a little blunt. And as I was mentioning to the gentleman sitting on the stage, business people are after business. They will only go to places where they get business. And in order to get business, one of the first things they will tell you is you need stability and you need trust. This discussion, and the reason I have brought them here, and the reason I will keep coming back here, is because we need to develop a long-term relationship of trust. The moment the long-term relationship of trust exists, moment trust exists, you will find things will start to move. And I agree with Mr. Tata. The idea is not to set up concepts or projects that will fail. The idea is to set up projects that will succeed. And I want them to be blunt with you about what they think will not work and what they think will work. What I want to impress is that this is a journey. It is a journey of all of us. And we will have to work together to say, okay, this is working, this is not working. Let's leave this, let us do this. Let us start this discussion, let us make it a deep discussion. Second time I'm coming here, you are as bright as any other students I've come across. I've been to a huge number of universities in this country. I've been to BITS Pilani, and there is no difference between the students here and there. You are missing out on the opportunity because of the environment here and the lack of trust. Let us work to build that. And you will see the results will start to come. I agree with Mr. Parekh. See, bank lends money when it makes money. And it needs to, you need to have feasible projects, feasible ideas for the bank to lend money so that it can make money. If you have peace and quiet, stability, more and more business ideas are feasible. It is much easier. There is a hidden cost to business ideas of instability. And part of what they will tell you is that they would rather invest in another state because that hidden cost doesn't exist in that other state. There is a hidden cost of the threat of violence, the threat of something going wrong, and that is what we have to slowly reduce. I also agree with Mr. Tata that it is actually a cycle. So it is not good enough just to say, bhai, let's get stability. You can also take actions that will improve stability. You can take preemptive actions that will actually improve the situation. And I think this is one such action where we are having a conversation with you. Last time I came here, there was a misunderstanding. Big businesses don't want to come to Kashmir. It's actually not true. Big businesses want to make money. And it is easier to make money in an environment which is stable. And I'm pretty sure that as stability comes into Kashmir, as trust develops, you will start to accelerate and you will start to go faster than a lot of the other states. Because you're very dynamic people, you're very capable people. So I don't think a law is necessary. Thank you. I'd like to say that unfortunately we have to close because students have to go for namaz on Friday. So we're not going to impinge on that. But I'd like to just conclude by answering that same question. I'd like to do it from the mic. This problem of individuality exists in every single state. Whenever a government makes a policy, it makes policies for large numbers of people. And we find that, for example, our education system, very, very focused on engineering, lawyers, doctors. Today some youngsters came and saw me doing stuff that is not related at all to engineering. And there is no space for them. So they feel, well, if I'm not an engineer or a doctor, there's nothing. I was just now talking to Mr. Parekh and he was telling me that our education system is basically not training people for jobs. It is training people and then there is a space left where others have to come in, and that's what Team Lease essentially does, is fine-tuning. You have great strengths. All Indian states have great strengths. You will only be able to take advantage of these strengths if your voice is heard, if there is a conversation. If there is a conversation, your government will be forced to realize that, look, there is an issue. And what is important is that the conversation doesn't break down. We are not going to solve Jammu and Kashmir or India's problems sitting in this hall. Nobody in this room is naive enough to believe that. I certainly am not. But what we can do is we can start a process where we have a conversation and say, this is not working. And that is working. Let us start doing that. Let us stop doing this. So that is the spirit of this discussion. I'd like to close by thanking all the business leaders who have come here. They have got many important things to do. And they have given us their time, their experience, and their understanding. At the same time, I'd like to thank all the young students in this room. You also have many interesting and important things to do. So I appreciate that you came here today to listen to these gentlemen. What I want to do is build a partnership that lasts for many years, that lasts our lifetime, and build a partnership that helps Kashmir, Jammu, Ladakh, the rest of the country work together to make people's lives, to build people's futures. Because I'm worried about the future of the youngsters in this room. I want you to have opportunity. I want you to succeed. And I'm ready to help you as much as I can to do that. Thank you once again for coming. All the best.